Hey everyone, the next day, all I'm really going to be focusing on today is finishing up that perimeter I mentioned yesterday. I've decided I'm not going to film any of that. I just want to go ahead and get this done. I mean, there's not really much for anything for y'all to see anyway. Uh, Lights going away quick these days with fall coming around, so daylight's just not like it used to be. So I'm just going to come in here and knock this out and be done with it. Give you all nice after shot, and then we'll focus on getting to the next step. Catch you later. Well, that's mostly finished up. There's still a little bit around this door and going along this side of this wall that needs to be pulled up, but everything else is done. The big thing that helped me out was this guy right here. If it wasn't for this, I'd probably still be at it. The only reason I haven't gotten this part here is I'm afraid there's nothing really holding this door up other than those planks on the underside. So what I think I'm going to end up having to do when it comes time to put the plywood down is remove this door entirely. Maybe even the double doors over here to the side. Pull those out, get the floor down. And this door isn't in that great a shape. I may end up just going back with a new frame or something, but when that time comes, I'll worry about that then. I'm going to try not to worry about anything else now. Tomorrow, I'm just going to spend time cleaning up all these planks, getting them out of the way, so that we'll finally be able to put something back in. Before I go, I'm going to give a little quick look around at what I've done so far, and that what you missed that I didn't record as I was going around the perimeter. So I'm going to show you that right quick. There's not a, well, the light's not as bad in here as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so let me walk across these joists here. As you can see, all the planks have been cut out. And after I go and get all of these pieces of plank cleaned up, possibly by Friday, I'll be going back and putting in a new joist in this spot. Give me something to attach the plywood to, or the subfloor rather, which I guess is plywood, or OSB, I really don't know just yet. But I'm going to go through and get all that cleaned up, and then we'll be ready for that next stage. So I'm going to be reusing this plywood beneath the subfloor to hold up the insulation. So that's going to be the next process after all that's done, and I go by the joists to fill in these edges where I cut out the planks. Oh yeah, and as you can see by the door, those are still intact, and like I said, mostly because I think they're holding the door frame in place, so that whole thing is just going to have to come out, and the frame is not in the best shape, so I think I can get away with the door for now and just do something about this frame. And the same goes for over here. I don't know if you call these French doors, I just say double doors, but I'm actually thinking about replacing this with a sliding glass door. Maybe, possibly. I really don't need to think about it too long. I need to go ahead and make a decision. I may go ahead and just replace that entirely with a sliding glass door. Yeah, I think so. But again, that's a future's me problem, and he'll have to deal with that when the time comes. So we've actually done some stuff. We've gotten through a lot of things. still a long way to go yet. But, you know, I'd hate to say that the tougher stuff is behind us, but I feel like I'm starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel. Car goes by. There we go. But like I said, I feel like I'm starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think I'm really going to make that 2-month deadline that I've promised myself. There just doesn't appear to be enough time during the weekdays between coming home from work and trying to get other things situated and then coming out here to take care of this. By then, there's just not a whole lot of daylight left. I guess I really need to invest in a good construction light or something of some kind so I can keep on going. But for now, this is what I can do. Welcome back. Just a quick update. This is the day after cleanup day. And as you can tell, I've been able to get up a majority of the planks. There are still a few small things here and there that I'm really not going to worry about too much. And get ready to move on to the next step, which is laying down some Boracare, which is just a treatment for termites, carpenter ants, other wood boring insects. So I'm going to start spraying here shortly and go through that process, and I will show you that as I move along. And I'm going to let that cure for about 24 hours before I move on to the next step. So this is the Boracare. It's been used by many other YouTubers that I've seen, and apparently this is the best stuff to get, or one of the best things to get. I have heard that it's best used with hot or warm water. According to the directions, all that does is just help along with the mixing process. You don't have to use it unless you really just want to. I'm just going to use cool water as is, straight out of the tap. I'm going to go ahead and dump 1/5 of this thereabouts into a gallon sprayer. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and mix this in. I have a mixer on my drill, get it done quicker. I have brought some gloves and my respirator. It may be overkill, I don't know, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and get it done. Well, there, that is. Got everything sprayed. I really soaked that wood down. Used the whole gallon. Now this was just around the perimeter. I didn't go 3 feet up the wall or anything like that yet. This was just for perimeter so I could get started in laying down this plywood for the insulation. I'll go back later and spray more, and I'll show y'all in more detail at that time. There's just so much going on in here right now that I just don't have room to move the camera around a lot. So probably within the next couple of days after I get everything installed, you'll see me go through and spray down those voids in between each joist before I lay the insulation in. That's going to be it for the day. I know it didn't seem like a lot, and it really wasn't. Just enough time to go in and get this spray done. Give it time to soak in and dry and cure up before I get started tomorrow. And I'll see you again in the next segment.